kid in college right now and you're considering sending them abroad for a semester, but you think it's too expensive, think again. Ron Carruthers from Ducerus College is telling us that going abroad is actually quite affordable, and there are a lot of benefits to doing this.
Absolutely.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Thanks so much for joining us. So tell me about some of the benefits of sending your kid abroad, because there are a lot of them.
Well, it's an experience that we were talking about off camera. You just can't repeat.
Yeah.
So my daughter just came back from Italy. You were talking about your semester abroad and how great it was. It's a really great experience to experience a new culture, to practice a language if you're going to do a foreign language. So there's a lot of good that comes with it, and a lot of misconceptions that hopefully we can clear out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the biggest benefits is that it kind of forces you to grow up in a hurry. You're sent abroad to this foreign country a lot of times without any of your friends. I went with no friends, not knowing the language, and you kind of have to just figure it out, and it's very different than your experience on the college campus.
Oh, we see such a difference from kids that come back, and again, they have to deal with new money and living situations, and they're away from family, so it's a really great thing.
Let's talk about the financial aspect of it. I think some people think that it's outrageously expensive, but in fact, the tuition could be the same as at the actual campus.
Yeah, there's a real big misconception that it's going to cost a small fortune. And actually what we found in my experience, and of course this is the majority of the time, not all the time, it ends up costing the same, maybe a little bit more or a little bit less. And what a lot of families don't realize is if your student is otherwise receiving financial aid, most of the time the financial aid transfers. So again, in my daughter's case, who went to Florence for a year, it was exactly the same as if she stayed here and did a semester at USC, with the exception of the airline tickets.
Talk about growing up in a hurry. Your daughter went to Florence, came back with a fiance.
Yeah, do we have to talk about that?
I had to put that in there.
I go to the engagement party this weekend, and from what I understand, he speaks 10 words of English. He's Italian. So
congratulations.
I'll report back next time. Yeah, I think. I'm not sure.
So that could be a situation that happens too. So let's talk about some of the cons. Is there anything negative that can come out of a study abroad trip?
Well, I'll tell you something to think about first off, and people get these confused sometimes. Make sure that you're getting your degree from an American university. So sometimes people think, well, I'll just study abroad overall. And do all my college there. And what you'll find is an American degree holds weight that no other degree in the world does. And so definitely make sure it's a semester or a year, but don't do it as the full schooling thing. You may find that you may not get employed.
I know that you also have to make sure that the credits transfer, and you have to make sure that they provide enough credits in order for you to graduate on time. That's something that you discuss with your counselor.
Absolutely. So when you go to set this up, you talk to, usually school will have a department, and you ask them to make sure both with the school, which programs they have available, which countries, and then turn around and make sure that with your major counselor, the one who's handling your major, that you're getting proper credit so that it does transfer and you still graduate on time. That's really important to check into.
It is a big decision to send your kid abroad. It's kind of a scary situation. You're saying, see you later, see you in 5 months, unless you go and visit them. What are some tips you can give for parents to kind of ease their minds, let them know it'll be okay?
Number one, you want to make sure to invest in Skype, which I think is free, so that's not really investing.
Right.
But that's a way we hear every parent who does this, like, Skype was a lifesaver because my kid stayed connected to me, I stayed connected to my kid. They can check out, usually through the school themselves, the safety of the program and stuff like that. But most countries that we sent kids to, in all my years of doing this, which is almost 20, we've never had a problem with a kid abroad.
So what did your daughter think of her experience? Does it stand out as being just amazing?
I loved it. Came back totally fluent in Italian, which was her goal in the first place. She actually took classes in Italian, which is something to look into also. You want to make sure, are you taking classes in the foreign language or in English? But she came back. I called her once and didn't realize the number because the voice message was in Italian. I had no idea it was her. Like looking at the phone number and stuff. So it was great. She uses that every day at work now.
And now she's getting married to an Italian man.
And now she's getting married.
Very cool. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're very welcome.
And you can help parents with any other questions that they have.
Yeah, if they want to know, you have our number here. They can reach out to us. We'll help them with anything related to college. We do it all.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Good thing to study abroad.